public. But why didn't they, if they gave it, why would they give it to the Karens, like you're telling me, and not offer you that, that option of the land for 15 years?
They wanted they had made up a requirement book, what they wanted built there. And it was a ridiculous development, which no one could have made any money with, as we can see, if they stuck to what the book would have had. Anything built there would have not been successful. So as far as why they didn't offer it to me, because I wasn't in part of the scheme of things in the city of Fall River, from the redevelopment authority and everybody that was in control of the city.
You know, Tom, I'm going to ask, can I call you Tom? Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
You've been calling him Tom.
I'm just, I can't believe that they would do that. I mean, how did you feel when they took that piece of land from you? I mean, I'm heartbroken already listening to this story.
Well, I felt I was denied the opportunity of a livelihood, and I also felt that I had a prosperous business there, and now I had to go start somewhere else from scratch and start a new career. And so I felt very, just a very individual. I was put out of existence almost. So,
you know, I'm going to give you the remainder of your time to ask the public what you would like to happen down there. I want you to tell me and to tell our viewers, what do you want from the redevelopment authority? What do you want to them to do with you and about that property that was taken away from you 26 years ago?
Well, I think that since nothing's happened with the property, and I was the operator of the property and a successful business at the time, which 26 years later could have been a gold mine probably, and I think that property should revert back to me, and I should develop it to a sensible business on the waterfront that would benefit all the citizens of Fall River and the adjoining communities also.
Well, you had we have spoken before a few occasions, and you said something. Are you still looking to develop that piece of land as like the Christie's Harbor? Is that what it's called? Christie's.
Well, down in Newport,
right
off of Thames Street, is the old Christie's restaurant,
right,
which is right next to the Inn on the Harbor, and that is a marina, a restaurant, a lounge, and they have retail on that pier, and they have 2-story buildings that house gift shops, clothing stores, different businesses, and I think Fall River really needs something like that. They need a retail establishment on the waterfront, and it would be a beautiful asset to the city.
Now let me ask you something. I heard that the reason that they couldn't build on that parcel there was because it was so contaminated, and it was going to cost some money to decontaminate that land. Now, I remember by being down at Heritage Park a lot of times and walking around as a kid, I remember there was just a bunch of stuff that was poured in there, like it looked like a dump, like a mini dump there. Now, was it the city that you said it was owned by the RDA, the Redevelopment Authority, who in itself is its own entity? But now, who intoxicated that land? I'm sure it wasn't you.
I don't know anybody that really had any kind of problems with putting any kind of toxics in the soil. I think that should be revisited from a new sampling. And if anything was happening, it was on the state land when they were building Route 79.
So you think that they're saying that it's toxic so they can just hush everybody and wait for the next big plan?
Correct.
Which I think is going to be the, I don't know, that's just me, but I think it's going to be the new interchange. They're waiting for that big interchange to free up some more land down there, and then I think some quiet developer or someone's going to be coming down here. But that's just me, that's just my point. I had some, I've spoke to a couple people that I have on a blog. I have my blog, and why now? Why 26 years later?
Well, I see the city's in trouble, and I don't see any way that the redevelopment authority is going to be doing anything with that property. And I go by there almost every day because I work in Boston and the surrounding areas, and I see a vacant piece of land which I had developed years and years ago, and I feel that it's time to develop it again, and I would like to do that.
Now, so for you to get that back, obviously they're not just going to turn it over to you, right? You're going to have to pay for that piece of parcel.
We are visiting that situation now, and we're trying to figure out what we have to do.
Now, when you say that, is it through legal counsel, or?
Correct.
Okay, so I won't even touch on that if you're dealing with legal counsel. Excuse me. What about the redevelopment authority? Have you made any contact with them? Have they given you any encouragement or any discouragement, anything like that?
At this present time, no. I haven't contacted the redevelopment authority at all. Just seeing what my options are, and then I will be in contact with them.
Well, Mr. Koolen, like I said, we're going to run this story for a few weeks. I'm going to try to get as much. I have a lot of information. I thank you for all the information that you've given me, and we have a lot of photos. I'd like to put them on, and we can go over some of the photos that you had of the other pier up in Newport, and kind of give the public an idea of what you want to do there. And if that's what you want to do there, I think that's a great thing, to have some shops. And because I myself, I used to love to go to Newport, and I can't go anymore. I'm married with children, so now I got to stay home. When I was able to go to Newport, I used to just love walking down. It was a good place to hang out with friends and just have a great time. And I think I got my first palm reading down in Newport. I should have asked her if I was going to win the lottery. I really should have asked her that, but she was right on a lot of things. I got to go back and see her. I really don't know what to say, but to tell you is, what do you want from the city, and what do you want from this is your time, Tom. This is your time right now to use this time and ask for what you want.
Well, I think that the City of Fall River and the Fall River Redevelopment Authority should give me the opportunity to develop that land again. It would be beautiful to have retail on the waterfront where you bring people down, not only to bring money with them, and but see how beautiful the waterfront could be instead of what it is now. I mean, they have a walkway there, and that's it. There's nothing to draw people at all unless you're a jogger or a walker. Right, so and it's time to develop that waterfront to bring people down and spend money there.
Well, you mentioned jogging and walking, but I'll tell you that a lot of people, I see a lot of people jog and walk there, and I did that a couple years ago, and I need to start going back because my pants aren't fitting that well. But that's because I love cookies so much. But that's okay. Tom, I think that'd be a great idea, if you can get that. From speaking to you, you said that you had how many acres of land was there that was yours?
3.5 acres of land and 10 acres of water that we had the marina developed in.
So now, but where the dockside was, now you got to take me back there. Where the dockside was, is how much was accessible to the public, like to utilize, to go in, enjoy themselves, and.
Well, I would say half of that 3.5 acres was accessible just to use the lounge restaurant area.
Well, that's a pretty big piece of land. And even touching back, people running by, and Roland, do you walk by there at all?
Oh, I know. I'm very familiar with that area and his place that he had. The thing that I always kind of wondered about was, they come down and they say, we're taking your land by eminent domain. And I guess they can do that today, okay? But they don't give you anything other than that. Why are you taking the land? Okay, why are you taking my business? They had to give you a reason. In addition to that, there should have been some kind of stipulation that if nothing materialized within a certain period of time, the land reverts back to you. I mean,